Hi, sweet friends. Merry Christmas. It is the second weekend of Advent. Remember, last week we talked about that Advent is the period of time that is leading up to Christmas and the celebration of the promised one who is coming. The promised one, of course, is Jesus. And so this week, in the second week of Advent, we're going to read the Christmas story and what happened when Jesus arrived. And this comes out of Luke 1 and 2 and is the Nativity. Everything was ready. The moment God had been waiting for was here at last. God was coming to help his people, just as he promised in the beginning. But how would he come? What would he be like? What would he do? Mountains would have bowed down. Seas would have roared. Trees would have clapped their hands. But the earth held its breath. As silent as snow falling, he came in. And when no one was looking in the darkness, he came. Now there was a young girl who was engaged to a man named Joseph. Now Joseph was the great-grandson of King David. One morning, this girl was minding her own business when suddenly a great light and a great warrior of light appeared right there in her bedroom. He was Gabriel, and he was an angel, a special messenger from heaven. When she saw the tall, shining man standing there, Mary was frightened. "You don't need to be scared," Gabriel said. "God is very happy with you." Mary looked around to see if maybe he was talking to someone else. "Mary," Gabriel said, and he laughed with such gladness that Mary's eyes filled with sudden tears. "Mary, you're going to have a baby, a little boy. You will call him Jesus. He is God's own son. He's the one. He's the rescuer. The God who flung planets into space and kept them whirling around and around. The God who made the universe with just a word. The one who could do anything at all was making himself small and coming as a baby." Wait, God was sending a baby to rescue the world? "But it's too wonderful," Mary said, and felt her heart beating hard. "How can it be true?" "Is anything too wonderful for God?" Gabriel asked. So Mary trusted God more than what her eyes could see, and she believed. "I am God's servant," she said. "Whatever God says, I will do." Sure enough, it was just as the angel had said. 9 months later, Mary was almost ready to have her baby. Now Mary and Joseph had to take a trip to Bethlehem, the town King David was from. But when they reached the little town, they found every room was full. Every bed was taken. "Go away," the innkeepers told them. "There isn't any place for you." Where would they stay? Soon Mary's baby would come. They couldn't find anywhere except an old, tumble-down stable. So they stayed where the cows and the donkeys and the horses stayed. And there, in the stable, amongst the chickens and the donkeys and the cows, in the quiet of night, God gave the world his most wonderful gift. The baby that would change the world was born, his baby son. Mary and Joseph wrapped him up to keep him warm. They made a soft bed of straw and used the animal's feeding trough as his cradle. And as they gazed in wonder at God's greatest gift, wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger, Mary and Joseph named him Jesus, Emmanuel, which means God has come to live with us, because of course he had. Oh, sweet friends, God's greatest gift. The reason we celebrate Christmas is Jesus. Well, last week we lit the first candle in our Advent wreath. And today we we light our second candle of Advent. And we think of love, and we think of the beauty of what God has done. God's greatest gift, offered to you, offered to me, offered to the world. God with us, Emmanuel, Jesus. All right, we'll talk more soon. Love you.
Down his sweet head, the stars in the sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. The cattle are lowing, the poor baby wakes, but little Lord Jesus no crying he makes. I love thee, Lord Jesus, look down from the sky and stay by my cradle till morning is nigh. Be near me, Lord Jesus, I ask thee to stay close by me forever and love me, I pray. Bless all the dear children in thy tender care, and take us to heaven to live with thee there. Little Jesus, sweetly sleep, do not stir, we will lend a coat of fur. We will rock you, rock you, rock you. We will rock you, rock you, rock you. See the fur to keep you warm, snugly round your tiny form. Mary's little baby sleep, sweetly sleep, sleep in comfort, slumber deep. We will rock you, rock you, rock you. We will rock you, rock you, rock you. We will serve you all we can, darling, darling, little man. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the world, the Savior reigns. Let men their songs implore. Rocks, hills, and floods, rocks, hills, and plains. Repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy. Repeat, repeat the sounding joy. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness and wonders of his love.